Sports, a place where many athletes find success.
This is likely the final play that matters. End zone wide open. What a night for Mike Williams.
But where there's a winner, there has to be a loser.
He came a long way. You hear me? Come here, I love you, bro. Good.
It's one thing to watch the game, but another to analyze it. Let's talk about the numbers. You ready? YouTube! What's going on, man? Back again, give another video. It's your boy, Numbers Fan Jay, and you have tuned in to episode 3 of Football 101. If you haven't been to my channel, if you haven't peeped any of the episodes from this series, this is my channel, Numbers Fan Jay. We're here our upload days are Mondays and Thursdays. Talk about NFL football, and NBA basketball, NCAA men's March Madness tournament, which is currently not going on because of COVID. But hopefully we have it again next year. Hopefully we all, have a recovery next year for that. But anyway, before I get into the content of this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for your boy. Show me some love. Trying to get them subs up, man. I'm at 134 right now. We're going to try to reach 200 by the end of the month. So share this video, please. Let people know about my channel, about this interaction that we have. I love interacting with y'all. I love talking with y'all. So without further ado, let's get it. Good evening, class. Welcome back to another class of Football 101. You are here to learn about the game of football, and I'm going to teach it to you. It's pretty simple, so we're going to keep everything slow where you can understand it. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask them. Now, starting the game of football, very simple thing to do. So, after both teams have emerged from the locker room, from their respective locker rooms, they have two different locker rooms. They come out on the field, they warm up. Each individual position has a different way that they warm up for the game of football. All you're trying to do is get your blood flowing. Nothing you're doing on the field matters to the game, except for maybe kickers. If kickers realize that they can't kick from, say, 40 yards away because of the wind, they're going to let the coach know, hey, I can't kick beyond this yard marker, or the kick is not going to come anywhere close because the wind is blowing too hard. Or they'll tell coach, man, I feel like I can make it from 60 yards today, etc., etc. Punters as well. They'll be like, coach, the wind is really taking the ball away after I punt it. I just wanted to let you know up front just in case something goes wrong in the punt. Okay, now the coach knows how to coach that. Same with the quarterback. If he throws it, it feels like it's kind of off because of the wind, etc., etc. So after all that happens, you have what we call the coin toss, and it's literally what it sounds like. Both teams send their captains out to the center of the field. So you may have 3 designated players or 1 designated player. Just depends on whatever the coach wants to do, whatever the team ultimately decides they want to do. So they send their captains out, and all the referees are also meeting at center field to discuss, make sure everybody's clear on all of the rules, make sure that everybody's clear on what players are eligible to play, what players, cannot play, etc., etc. They come out to center field, and the referee asks, he says, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to so-and-so, so-and-so. We are here for this many minutes of football, this many quarters. Does anybody have any questions? Make sure nobody has questions. Okay, cool. All right, so then he turns to the away team and he tells them, would you like heads or tails? Or he says, call it in the air, sir. And he flips the coin. The leader, the captain of the away team, calls heads or tails in the air. Boom, coin lands. Let's just say he gets the coin toss correct. So he wins the coin toss. He said heads. The coin lands on heads. Now he gets to choose whether he wants his team to kick the ball off or he wants them to receive the ball on the kickoff. After that, he then decides, well, after that, the home team or whoever didn't win the coin toss decides which direction they want to kick the ball or receive the ball. So there's that. So there's three parts to that: coin toss itself, kick or receive, and then which direction the game is going to start off being played.
Captains, congratulations on earning the opportunity to play in tonight's game. Your achievement is represented on the coin that we'll use for the toss, with your logos on the tail side and Super Bowl 55 logo on the head side. Kansas City is a visiting team. They get to call the toss. They have called heads. Susie, toss the coin. It is heads. Kansas City has won the toss, and they would like to defer their choice to the second half. Tampa Bay will get the ball this end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
So, now that that's out the way, I want to explain to y'all that there are 3 phases of the game of football: offense, defense, and special teams. The game, of course, starts on special teams because it's a kickoff. Special teams is kickoff, kick return, punt, and punt return. So everything outside of offense and defense is special teams. So the game starts off on special teams. You have the coin toss, you have kick receive, you have the direction, which way you want to kick, which way you want to receive, etc. So, kicking the ball off. Of course, as you know from my previous videos, there has to be 11 people between the gray lines for both teams, right? That's how the game is played. So, on the kickoff, there are 11 players on the kickoff team. There are 11 players on the kick return team. These teams face off to start the game. So, there are several ways that a kick can be made. There is onside kick, there is a squib kick, and there is a kick that we would call a touchback, which means the kick is too far away for the return man to field, or the return man decides that he doesn't want to bring the ball out of the end zone. So I think we should discuss the most common of these 3 to start the game, which is what we call a touchback. So what constitutes a touchback? And it hits the goal line or hits the ground anywhere past the goal line. That is definitely what we call a touchback. Meaning, so that happens with the ball. Ball hits the goal line, return man doesn't touch it. The whistle is now blown. The play is over. So it doesn't matter who's running where. Nobody can make contact with the opposing team after the whistle is blown, or else there's a flag. So there's that. So the whistle is blown, the play ends. Now the ball is going to be brought out to the 25-yard line in the NFL. It's going to be brought out to the 25-yard line. I'm not sure what it is in college. If you do know what it is in college, leave it in the comments below. Remind me again, I'm not really sure. But in the NFL, the ball is brought out to the 25-yard line for the kick return team. So that play is now over. So whoever was on the kick return team, whoever was supposed to return the kick, their offense comes out to the 25-yard line. That's where the ball is placed. The kickoff team brings their defense out. So their defense comes out to the 25-yard line, and the game starts there. Now, we're not going to get into offense and defense in this video, but that is what will happen next. So now we will talk about squib kicks. Squib kicks often take place before halftime and before the end of a game. So the purpose of, I want to tell you, before I get into that, I want to tell you the purpose of touchbacks. So touchbacks usually, they're kind of a 50-50 thing. They're not a bad thing, but they're not a good thing for either side. It's really kind of a default, okay, boom, reset. So when you kick the ball off, you generally won't, because a touchback ends because the touchback brings the ball out to the 25-yard line, if you do kick it off and there is a kick return by the return team, you generally want them to stay inside the 25. So anything inside the 25 is a win for the kickoff team, because that makes it that much further away that the opposing offense has to drive to score a touchdown. You want to make it as hard for the other team to score a touchdown as possible if you're kicking the ball off, if you're on defense. So, there's that. I know that's a lot, so I'm going to keep going slow. Is so that the return team has a short return. The purpose of a squib kick is so that the return team has a short return, or they don't have time to really do anything with the ball, like toss it or get their blocker set up. You want the ball to be kicked short to somebody who doesn't usually return the ball. So a fullback, a tight end, somebody slow, somebody that's not used to carrying the ball a lot in the open field. So there you go. Again, you want the end of the game to, happen a little quicker, or you want halftime to come a little faster without risking a kick return for a touchdown, right? So there's that. Now you have onside kicks. So onside kicks, the purpose of onside kicks is to try and recover the ball for the kickoff team. So as I said earlier, when you kick the ball off, you usually are going out on defense first. But if you kick an onside kick, which means you kick it very short, you kick it past 10 yards just barely, anytime the ball goes past 10 yards on the kickoff, it is now anybody's ball. So you kick an onside kick in hopes to recover the ball. This usually happens. It's most common when a team is trailing, when they're down. So let's say it's 14-7. So your team has just scored a touchdown, but you're down another touchdown. You need another touchdown, but if you give the other team the ball back, they're going to sit on the ball and they're going to run the clock out. You don't want that to happen. You want to win. So you kick an onside kick hoping to get the ball back for your team. So there's an onside kick. Onside kicks meant to be recovered by the kickoff team. If the kick return team recovers it, it's business as usual. So just like on a squib kick or on a touchback, if it's recovered by the kickoff return team, their offense gets to come out on the field. Whoever recovers the ball sends their offense on the field. So onside kicks are very, very, very crucial and very nerve-wracking for both teams, really. Because the ball is now on the ground. It's moving all weird because of the shape of the ball. You don't know if it's going to bounce left, bounce right. You want to grab that ball as soon as possible. I've been on both sides of it. I've been on kick return and I've been on kickoff. And I've been recovering onside kicks for both sides. So it's very, very nerve-wracking. I've been in a position where I've been unable to get to the ball, even though it was pretty much right in front of me. It's very frustrating. But I'm going to leave that right there. I know there was a lot for y'all to digest today. So feel free to ask questions in the comments if anything I said was confusing about onside kicks, squib kicks, touchbacks, about kickoffs in general. About the coin toss. Let me know what questions y'all got in the comments, man. I'm here for y'all. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We trying to get to 200 subs, baby. Let's get it done. I know we can do it. It's your boy Jay. We out of here.